All right. I want to do my 10 best NFL teams. Then we'll do our top 10 NFL quarterbacks. Sports Grid asked me to do this for them. And my boy Pharrell has been really kind for me. And he posts this for me. Here are my top 10 NFL teams. At 10, one of the most gifted quarterbacks in the league. I think their football team is good. I don't like the wobbling. I got the Buffalo Bills at 10. Number 9, with that move that the Seahawks made by trading for Leonard Williams, and one of the issues that the Seahawks had last year was defensively, wasn't really offensively. I don't really think so much, Tone, it's about Seattle stopping Philadelphia as more so stopping San Francisco. Because Seattle now is closing the gap. Remember this. Seattle's not trying to beat Philly. Seattle's trying to beat San Francisco. You've got to draft and you've got to make trades for your division first before you start looking outside your division. What's the point if you can't beat the 49ers? If you're concentrating on the NFC East, who you might not play. You might not play them for the next 5 years after this year. Why would I be building to beat them when I've got to beat San Francisco if I'm Seattle and vice versa? You've got to beat them. You've got to always concentrate on your division first. But see what, I can see where Tone sees this. Because San Francisco was built a lot like Philly. And you kind of get a cover here with that. Because if you could beat San Francisco, you can beat Philly. Because they're built a lot alike. Okay? They're built a lot alike. Power teams, run the ball, really good dynamic receivers. I do not believe at all that you have the skill on defense that San Francisco has. You don't have one linebacker in the team that's anywhere near the two backers they have, let alone Warner. I believe that their secondary, your corners are not playing very well. And I'll give the pass to Slay because he's banged up, but Bradbury's having an off year. And this was kind of like the year he had with the Giants his final season when the Giants decided to let him walk on the street because he looks like that year now. He's not playing very well. Your safeties are still trying to figure it out. Your defensive tackles are as good, if not better, than San Francisco's. Your edge rusher, I think, is having a better year than Nick Bosa. I'm not sure Bosa's playing great football. I think the holdout, I don't know. I don't see his name popping up a lot like I do when I see the finisher in San Francisco. However, now with the additions of Gregory and now with Chase Young, you add massive depth to your edge rushers. Whereas outside of Josh Sweat and Hassan Reddick, you have nothing else. I would say Howie might want to look for an edge rusher here. Somewhere, maybe the kid Hunter up in Minnesota. Maybe that kid Hunter, Daniel Hunter, they've been trying to move him. Would they make a move for Brian Burns and turn Brandon Graham into a backup? I'd be totally in favor of that. But that's going to cost you a ton of selections. And I don't believe he's going to do that. Brian Burns is out there because Carolina needs picks. Okay? They need picks to move up into the draft because of what they did to get Bryce Young. I think it's just too pricey. I do too, Maurice. I think they should blitz more Philly to help them safeties and to help the corners out a little more. Okay? Jordan Hicks. These are all good names. I think you need another edge rusher. Brandon Graham is not delivering for you. But that's okay. He's not playing horrible. He's just not delivering. And Derek Barnett isn't giving you anything either, really. They're just dudes right now. The only two guys on your edge right now that are giving you any kind of pressure are Sweat and Reddick. And Reddick's coming on. Not bad, but you have no depth there. You have zero depth. And really, zero talent behind these guys. Sweat is incredibly gifted. You know I've been saying that for 2 years. Okay? Been saying that for years. Last 2 years. He is absolutely great. Okay? All right? Like I said, LJ, your edge rushers, Brandon Graham and Sweat, are your only guys. And you're getting nothing from Brandon Graham. Zero. Sweat's good. You have no depth. Derek Barnett's terrible. Take it back. He's a dude. San Francisco now has depth with Young and Gregory. They've added depth. That's how you win Super Bowls. That's how you guys won the 17th Super Bowl, by adding guys like Chris Long. Nolan Smith is still in the process of developing. He's not Chase Young or Randy Gregory. You're not getting the same. Okay, moving on. 8. I got the Dallas Cowboys here. I'm going to put the Cowboys at 8 because I do think they have a decent secondary. There's 2 edge rushers. I think they're weak in the middle. I think their old line is good. Tony Pollard's not bad. Here, we'll look at the Cowboys here in a minute. Dak's not having a awful year. Number 7, I got the Lions. I think the Lions are still trying to figure out who the heck they are. I got the San Francisco 49ers at 6. Got to end the streak, man. Who they got on the agenda this week? Oh, they're in a bye, right? San Francisco's in a bye, right? I got the Niners at 6. Big Sil's top 10 NFL teams. Number 5, I got the Dolphins here. By the way, last week, Jalen Ramsey played his first game. Of course, he gets a pick. That will help them, getting Ramsey back in that secondary. Imagine that you've been out all this time and you get on a football field and your very first game, you have an impactful game and you make a pick six. No, I don't know if it was a pick 6, but it was a pick against New England. Jalen Ramsey is a good football player. Didn't have the best year his final year in Los Angeles, but he's a good football player. I got the Chiefs 4. I think the Chiefs are very beatable. I just don't really think they have a lot of talent. You know what the word is? They're kind of kicking the tires on Devontae Adams, but the Raiders don't want to do it. You imagine Devontae Adams going to Kansas City and playing 7 years there with Patrick Mahomes? Dude, I would not want to see Devontae Adams in Kansas City if I was the league. Devontae Adams and Mahomes? I mean, I'd rather have Devontae Adams than Tyreek Hill. I think he's a more physically imposing wideout. I'm not a fan of that wideout, that kind of wideout. Those Deshaun Jackson guys. I don't think you're very physical guys, especially in what I want to do. I want my guys knocking people out in a run game. I want people getting in the way. I want people being part of the play. I don't want people just talking about numbers because I don't really care about what that guy thinks. I like physical. And get this, A.J. Brown is having a tremendous year. But you know why? I don't like A.J. Brown because he's putting up these gigantic numbers. I like the way he drags people like he's dragging dead bodies in a lake. Don't you? Isn't that the more impressive thing when you watch him play? How he drags people like he's dragging dead bodies? When I watch AJ play, AJ makes me go like this. Man, if you're a DB, do you really want to hit that guy? Do you really want to hit that guy? Okay? And I'm not going to address a lot of people on this list here, but I will say this. Isn't it crazy? Each week the league has a different impression of who is the top teams in the NFL. Okay? It's an inconsistent league. Seth Joyner says it every day. Seth Joyner says it on our postgame show, doesn't he, Tone? It's an imperfect league. That's why you get inconsistency every year and every week. Says it every day. And there is a legendary Philadelphia Eagle who says what I say every day. And yet there's people who don't get it. Those are people who don't listen to Seth and me, but think they know that the league is not perfect. But you know better. Because you eat cheeseburgers and you sit in your dad's basement with your guinea tea on, shaving your one eyebrow. It's all good, guy. I'm with you. I'm a fan of you, man. Go get it, guy. Number 3. I have the Ravens here. I think the Ravens are going to make a move. Okay. So here we go. Big Sil's top 10 NFL teams. 10, Bills. 9, Hawks, Seahawks. 8, Cowboys. 7, Lions. 6, 49ers. Great move by them getting Chase Young just a couple minutes ago. 5, Dolphins. 4, Chiefs. 3, Ravens. Who do you think Big Sills has number 2? Who do I have number 2? Nope. I have the Jags. And the number 1 team in the NFL is the Philadelphia Eagles. Today, don't get your panties all excited. Okay? Today. So Bills 10, Seahawks 9, Cowboys 8, Lions 7, 49ers 6, Dolphins 5, and this is what a shitty defense the Eagles played against the Commanders. Dolphins 5, Chiefs 4, Ravens 3, Jags 2, Eagles 1. You have to give credit to 7-1. It'd be lunacy. I mean, the Jags are playing good football, really good. The Ravens, they've wobbled a bit, but they're playing good ball. The Chiefs, what a stinker. How could you name the Chiefs the number 1 team in the NFL when they just laid an egg against that Denver Broncos team, which is almost ready to wave the white flag? I mean, honestly. The Dolphins, I'm not really believers yet. I got to see them beat a team that matters. The 49ers, got to end that losing streak, dog. Okay? You got to win. You're not doing what the Eagles do. You may not play well, but you got to win them games that you don't play well in. Okay? The Lions, I think they're still figuring it out. Seahawks are making moves. They want to be in the party. I got the Bills at 10. You got to slowly move your way up there, guys. You got to move your way up. We're going to look at the Cowboys and my top 10 NFL quarterbacks. Plus, Tone will be with us at 3:30 for the segment. And Jimmy Johnson from the NFL on Fox will be with us at 5:30. The Hall of Fame coach will join us, and we'll get his thoughts. And what I love about him being on at 5:30, it's after the trading deadline. Plus, it's Cowboys and Eagle week. Jags in a 5-game snap, but where are the Bengals when the 49ers drop 3 straight and the Bengals are rolling? The Bengals are 4-3, okay? The Bengals are 4-3. Just because, hey, I look at the overall body of work too, man, not just 1 week, like you guys do. It doesn't work like that. You look at the 8 games. If Super Bowl was today, Sills, taking Philly, correct? I'm going to write that down. Super Bowl today. I like that. All right. Guys, do me a favor. Hey, our great friends at Hooters, we are so proud to have them as the official sponsor of the National Football Show. Our good friends have been friends with us for 40 years. It's the 40th anniversary of, Hooters, and all the way from Rhode Island down through Jersey, all the way down through King of Prussia. You have to understand that I've been associated with them for all these decades, and it's one of the best places that friends can go to and experience what I call football and Hooters. What a better combination when it comes to the fall when you want to see your favorite football team. It's the official home of all Eagle fans. If you don't want to go into the place, use the app, HootersToGo.com. That's HootersToGo.com. You can also do this. Buy 10 wings, get 10 boneless free. Wing Wednesdays is a 40-year tradition, 1983. All you can eat. Kids eat for free on Saturdays. What an absolutely great experience. NortheastHooters.com. That's NortheastHooters.com. When you go into any one of the Hooters, from Rhode Island through New Jersey down to King of Prussia, do me a favor, tell them Big Sil sent you.
Football and Hooters, the perfect pair.